Hi everyone, welcome to How to Molly Part 2. Uh, these are her stats. Let's start with this. This is her. This is how she looks. You've seen her before. Hopefully you've seen the first video. These are her new stats. You see, like, no runes have changed. It's just the grindstones. You'll see here. Good, nice grindstones. None of her violent runes have really been grindstone yet, which is a sadness. A big sadness. Anyway, these are her new stats. So we'll talk about a bit more because we covered most of her uses and skills in the first video. What I want to talk about here is we have 10 invites. What I want to talk about here while I do some arena. No, doesn't count as a 3 a day. Is her uses in different comps. So let's start with arena defense. Her best friend is Darien. DS is also very good with her, but Darien is definitely he's Molly's best friend, mainly because of the defense break, right? That's why Darien is a bit better than DS because he has a defense break on his first ability. But yeah, he's just really she's just really good with Darien. You can even go like my Darien. You can go triple revenge on him. So that's really nice. Other than that, run something that boosts ADB with her. Like you want Molly to get as many turns as possible because of her passive. Violent and speed helps with that, but any ADB booster helps a lot, even more. You want ADB boosters with her. Like let's go over specific monsters, okay? Instead of just going over with random stuff, let's go with specific monsters. Let's go with my monsters, for example. What is really good with Molly is Darien. The damage reduction, like Wind Monkey King, DS is decent, but Wind Monkey King and Darien, I think, are like the top two. They're amazing with Molly. Um, Other monsters that are really good with her are monsters that boost ADB or give some sort of attack speed buff or both. Bernard is not really one of them because Bernard, is sort of usually used in one turn kill comps. If you're running an AD with Bernard, like I think Forest Knight runs one like that with Veramos, Ariel, no, Veramos, Praha, Bernard. Like the fourth one could be Molly in that one. Veramos, Praha, Bernard, Molly is a pretty good combo, right? It has a lot of heal. It has buff removal, which is nice. It doesn't have damage reduction, but it has a lot of attack speed boost, a lot of attack speed. It has Molly for glancing and some extra heals and some dispel. Veramos for stuns. It's a very good combo. Okay. Oh yeah, I think it runs a Ladriel. Forest Knight has the fourth. Anyway, so Bernard, Orion, Chiwu is really good because of the attack speed buff. He helps her a lot. Anything that buff removes as well so that you can do damage. We said in the previous video, I'm sorry if it's all a bit convoluted. I didn't want to make bullet points because I just want to, fire off ideas. Because I sort of covered most of the how to Molly part in the first video. Now I want to just fire off ideas for you guys to, pick and choose which ones are the best for you. If you want a one ordered video, I can make one like as a part 3 with like specific questions, like an Molly FAQ if you want. But right now I'm just gonna fire off stuff. So we said ADB. Orion works very well with Molly, as you saw in my Guild Wars matches as well. But let's stick to arena defense for now. Orion works really well. Draco also works well if you don't have Valadual. I'm using Valadual, but Draco works really well as well. With her, he gives immunity. Anything to keep her, up and running, doing her stuff. Also, Oblivion is a sort of threat to her, so immunity is also nice. What else is good with her from those monsters here? Vigor. This used to be a pretty decent defense. Veramos, Darien, Vigor, Molly. From that, I pretty much just changed Valadual in and mine was really, really good. But even the Vigor one can still work pretty well, mainly because Vigor on Speed HP, Speed HP, HP Nemesis, Valor Nemesis, for example, it can be a decent Lucian trap. Because you have a lot of HP to survive the first Lucian, especially if Molly makes one of the hits glance, and then Nemesis makes your bar grow a lot, and then you steal turns and you do your thing, and like the first Lucian went, and everything has healed up now, and the opponent can't do anything. In a comp like that, you might want to go with Molly on Revenge as well, but on Nemesis. But the reason I don't like Nemesis on Molly is because it sort of has anti-synergy with her passive. Because if you make things glance, then Nemesis doesn't activate. Whereas Revenge, it has a stable, standard chance of happening. Plus, her auto attack can do buttloads of damage on defense broken monsters. That's why I have my Darien to the left of Molly. Because if something AoEs me, Darien is gonna go first at defense break. Then Molly is going to do she does 6k minimum, I think. I've seen her do 7.9, 8.1 in low defense monsters like Perna or Werewolves. But yeah, it's she does a lot of damage. Especially now. Now she has she got a bit more crit damage, and you see she has a lot more HP. On Speed HP, that's how much she has. And I haven't even upgraded this. This is a 4%, I think. This already has some, obviously. I haven't upgraded this. This already has it. And I have upgraded these two. So, yeah. She can do a bit more HP as well. And remember, I use Veramos lead with her. Other stuff that works well with her, this guy. Even though I don't use them anymore, specifically Jubel is something that is, very tanky, very he survives. He's a survivor, right? He's selfish, yes, but he survives very well. Now, Molly can, help him do that, keep him, because he doesn't get critted, right? If he gets glanced as well, there's very few things that can actually kill him. If he has 50% crit reduction, if Molly's 20% glancing is on top of that, there's a very high chance that you're gonna do a very, low hit on him, which will be healable afterwards by Molly or someone else. So yeah, that's one use for Jubel. Now, careful, in Arena, it's not that good because Jubel is a selfish monster that, like Theo, I am of the opinion that Theo is not very good in Arena. In defense, right? Obviously. On defense, Theo is very easy to deal with in general because there's just so much. He's a selfish monster. He doesn't really. Either he does. He goes the first turn and he fucks up your. That's the only good use I have found for Theo. He goes first, and he fucks up a cleave combo by killing the DPSer or something. But then you counter that by bringing 2 DPSers and then still kill him. But there's too many ways to deal with Theo, unless you're doing troll AOs and etc. Same for Jubel. Whereas in Guild Wars, there's less options. There's less monsters. Those 2 less monsters make a lot of difference. It's a completely different game. Like a Sassoon Molly Jubel or a Praha Molly Jubel can, with all that resistance and glancing and reduce crit and heal and cleanse, or even Vero Molly Jubel. It's very, very good in Guild Wars. Molly works very well with Jubel, but not so much in Arena. I have tried it. It had way lesser results than with Darien. So I would not really recommend Molly with Jubel for Arena. Another monster she works very well with, I've seen in other people's comps and have theory crafted myself, is Joltam. She helps him survive. Again, the more he survives, the more damage he does, either by being critted or just going crazy on the opponent. She does well with most bruisers. Let's be honest. In Guild Wars, always she does very well with Chow, because the double heal, makes each other, like every turn of Chow's, if he's the lowest, has the lowest HP, he heals. She heals him, and then Chow gets a turn, heals again, and that's what Molly heals for. How much? Sorry, she heals for 10%, then Chow heals for 15. That's 25% up. But 1/4 of his health up. So that's a lot of healing. Other monsters, Veramos is another monster that is very nice, very very nice. Because you can use, you can use Veramos leader, which buffs her HP, buffs her survivability. The stun helps, and she can wail on things with that are stunned. Also, it helps because HP lead, instead of just making her tanky, it also helps with her damage. What else? What else? What else? We said most of my monsters that work well with her. Verd doesn't work too bad, but yeah, most of my monsters that work well with her, we've talked about them. In general, what you want with Molly is monsters that already are sort of bruisery and survive well, and then you add to that Molly in order to help, in order to make them more tanky, more bruisery, let's call it that, and all the same while trying to make Molly get more turns. As I said in the last time, you can use her in raids as well. She's kind of a selfish monster in raids, but she can help you survive. And if you have a lot of other like team-based monsters like Colleen, you have a lot of team-based monsters and Molly, nobody's gonna be mad at you for having Molly to help you survive. So that's also a very good use for her. The high defense she has makes for a good frontliner. That's about it for Guild Wars. Same rules apply, just more. I think the monster pool becomes more. Becomes bigger in Guild Wars because she can. There's more monsters that Chasun and Theomars also work well with her. I also used to run. What was my defense? I think my defense used to be what? Like this defense. If you don't have Chow, which you probably don't, like not everyone has, but almost everyone has Veramos. This defense is pretty good as well. The Veramoli Orion. Especially if you have a speedy and sort of DPS-y Vero and a speedy and DPS-y Molly. With the defense break from Orion and a constant turns, especially if your Orion is on Swift, on like really high Swift, and he gets lots of turns with his first and his huge speed, that can be a really good defense combo. It can get tanked easier than others, but it can also go crazy. Like everyone can be on violent as well, and that can fuck up people. You can use her in combos with Tsasun and Theomars as well, for example. That's also like instead of Vela here. Let's see. Let me point with the mouse. Instead of Vela, you put Molly in. Can't do that, but you wish. We put Molly in, and that's also a decent combo. You only rely on Theomars for defense break, but you have so much. You have some follow-up damage, which is really nice. It's like having a Darien, but better. I've run in the past. I've run like once my Vela died, and I ran Theo, Darien, Sassoon. It worked well, but I think it would have worked better with Molly. Because Theomars can defense break, and then Molly can hit the defense broken target as well, and can do lots of damage. Attack buff doesn't give her much, but it does give her an increased damage. Another decent combo for Guild Wars might be, for example, like this one. We said it. Where is it? This. Very good combo. Another good combo with just 4 stars and Molly is, since most of you have done the HOH, this is a very good combo as well. Very interesting. Orion also. All those combos they look like low damage, but when you look at the survivability of the monsters involved and the ability to get more turns and hit the crap out of people, and the defense break always is there with Jubel, it actually gets a decent potential, especially if, like, for example, your Draco, if he's Despair Revenge, and then Molly and Jubel are also Violent Revenge, boy, you can go crazy on Revenges. If they try to AoE you, for example, or your Jubel can be Revenge Will, but we're probably gonna do a how to Jubel video soon, so don't worry about that. I'm going to talk about Jubel because the rank 1 guy has gotten is using a Jubel defense, and while it's not really Jubel, I fought him. It's or her. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. It's not really the Jubel that makes it work, but it's in there, so there's that. But yeah, I think that's about it for Molly. This was a sort of ranty video, I understand, but I think I outlined most of like extra stuff that Molly has done for me. I haven't changed like since last time I was using Vigor. Now I'm using Vela in the same defense. It works supremely well, and realize that I haven't really used that many grindstones. You'll see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it for Darien. And then Molly, you saw her, like she has 1 grindstone in her violent runes, and then the rest are on the revenge ones. Vela, barely any. Like, yeah, that's a flat stat. That's a 1 speed upgrade on the will one. That's a 1 speed. That was a 15 speed will rune, and just 1 here, 1 here. This one has some double. This is a 2 speed upgrade as well. So like, I haven't really grindstone stuff, and it works very, very, very well. You'll see, like, barely any. That's a 2 speed upgrade as well. So I am very happy with how my AD works with Molly. You should strive for something similar. Draco can work instead of Vela, probably. He doesn't cleanse though. But you have Vermos there for that. The thing is that Vela can cleanse stuns as well, or multiple debuffs. But you know, it's a poor man's version, but it might still be pretty damn good. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else to say. The general idea is for Molly to be sort of a Lucian trap and sort of a cleave trap in general, where you have her there with a comp that can actually do something. Once it's cleaved and it survives, it has to be able to do something with it, right? That's about it for Molly, guys. Any questions, any specific questions you make in the comments, I'm going to pick them up and make like a question video on all the questions that you made to me about Molly, specific ones. Okay, like sort of a Q&A / FAQ. Like the question is gonna pop up, I'll answer it, next question, etc. So feel free to ask anything about Molly, from rune question, not the drug, the mermaid. So anything about like runes, how to fit her into your monsters. If you ask any question about how to fit her in your AD, make sure that in the comment you provide a picture of your monster box. Okay? I want this to be the third video is going to be as interactive as possible, but I'll need your help for that. Okay? So that's about it. Thank you for watching. There's going to be a 3-a-day video later on today, and I'll probably be streaming. There will be a YouTube update and a Facebook update for when I'm streaming, and I hope you see it. So that's it for now. Bye.